today. Welcome to Elafonisos. So today is the last day of presentations. We're gonna start now, and we will finish at 1:30 is the last speaking. The first we have now it's about the turtles. In Elafonisos we have also turtles. It's not as big as other islands like Zakynthos, but we also have here turtles and we have to protect them. 2 weeks ago we received a message, an email from a group of tourists, like a family basically, and they sent us a picture of a dead turtle. It's very important because this is a tragedy and we have to know how to act. We need to know how to protect the turtles. We need to reduce the plastic in the sea because apparently that turtle is dead because of the plastic. So for us it's very important to have Medaset here today. Here with us is Amerssa Tsirigoti.
Amerssa Tsirigoti.
Tsirigoti, okay, thank you. She will tell us about the 35 years of Medaset protecting the sea turtles in their habitats across the Mediterranean. So please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. My name is Amerssa Tsirigoti. I'm a biologist and project officer in Medaset. So, let's start with the presentation. Great. So today I'm going to present the 35 years of Medaset, 35 years of actions for protecting the sea turtles across the Mediterranean. Who we are. Medaset was founded by Miss Lili Venizelos, our president, in 1988 in England and in 1993 in Greece, and has as its core mission to protect the sea turtles and their habitats across the Mediterranean. So the organization is a partner to the United Nations Environment Programme, Mediterranean Action Plan, the so-called UNEP-MAP, and is a permanent member observer to the Berne Convention. What are our main pillars of actions? The conservation projects for the sea turtles, first of all. The sea turtles are some of the most ancient living organisms, living on planet Earth for over 100 million years. But still their survival is threatened by human activities. So the conservation projects are the most important. What is this noise? Okay, great, I continue. Then our efforts focus on lobbying policymakers, so applying pressure to them at all levels. Environmental education for both children and adults. This is the happy part of our job. And awareness-raising activities to the wide public, but also to targeted groups such as fishers that are connected to the sea turtles, of course. On the aspect of these projects that I mentioned before, the conservation projects, MedByCat project was one project that we ran for 4 years. This was a collaborative approach for reducing bycatch. But what is it, bycatch? Bycatch is the unintentional catch of vulnerable or non-targeted species when fishing. And it's a big problem for both fishers that have big damages in their fishing gears, for example, even losses of quality or fuel loss, and of course for the vulnerable species that are put at high risk. So we tried to do some research on this in the Mediterranean, in different countries such as Croatia, Tunisia, Morocco, Turkey, and Italy. And this is a very interesting documentary, but we won't watch it all, just a few minutes, the last minutes of it, just for you to get a better idea of the project and the importance of bycatch.
Το πρόγραμμα Made by Cats βρίσκεται στον 4ο χρόνο ζωής του και εφαρμόζεται σε 5 μεσογειακές χώρες με τη συνεργασία πολλών περιβαλλοντικών οργανώσεων, ιδρυμάτων, θεσμικών φορέων και φυσικά των ψαράδων. Ο κύριος Ανίς Ζαρούκ είναι υπεύθυνος του προγράμματος στο Κέντρο Περιφερειακής Δραστηριότητας Ειδικά Προστατευόμενων Περιοχών και βαθύς γνώστης τόσο του προβλήματος όσο και της δουλειάς που έχει γίνει μέχρι τώρα.
We started the implementation of the Made by Cats project in Tunisia since 2017. And what is really good in this project that we have from one side the administration and mainly the Ministry of Environment working with the Ministry of Agriculture to find a way and solution to mitigate the bycatch and how to do this without building trust with fishers, with NGOs and all the stakeholders that are involved at the sea. So what we have in this project that from one side, again, we have the DGPA, which is the Fishery Administration. We have the local authority in several ports. We are working in 23 ports through this project. We have the scientists through the INSTM Center working and try to solve the issue of the bycatch. And we have NGOs like Les Amis des Oiseaux, WWF North Africa, and we have several additional stakeholders that are helping us both to reach better the fisher, but also to communicate about the activities. One of the main outputs reached up to now is that we are proud to say we have more than 2 years data collected directly working with fishers. And how we succeed to have that is that we implemented a program at national level working in several ports with observers that are going talk to fishers through questionnaires, but mainly working with them on board. So they spent hours and hours, days and days working with them, collecting data, observing what is happening on board, and giving us both data on vulnerable species bycatch, but also about the needs of these fishers.
Comme chef de département, je suis toujours en contact avec les pêcheurs. J'ai remarqué un changement du comportement du pêcheur après le projet. Donc les pêcheurs viennent, ou bien les autres citoyens qui font partie de la société civile, ils viennent déclarer le bycatch, l'échouage des espèces. Donc on contacte nos collègues de l'INSTM qui sont le leader d'un réseau national d'échouage des espèces aquatiques. On participe aussi avec le bycatch team et les collègues de l'INSTM pour les constatations qu'ils font sur place sur les espèces échouées. On prend les mesures, on décrit l'état des espèces échouées. Donc il y a beaucoup de déclarations en comparaison des années avant le bycatch et maintenant, donc le nombre devient très important pour les déclarations et ça c'est bien. Ça reflète que les pêcheurs et que la société civile sont conscients de l'importance du bycatch des espèces échouées.
Η συνεργασία των διαφορετικών φορέων είναι κέρια σημασίας για την επιτυχία του προγράμματος και σε αυτό παίζουν σημαντικό ρόλο οι παρατηρητές που συνοδεύουν τους ψαράδες στη δουλειά τους. Είναι μια εργασία που βασίζεται πρώτα στην εμπιστοσύνη και στη συνέχεια στη σωστή καταγραφή.
All this work need trust and it was not an easy task. So the observer had this difficult task to build trust through their job with fisher, to be able, one, to get the data from them, but also to understand why this bycatch is still happening, even if there are rules, even if these fishers are respecting the rules.
Ma principale mission, c'est de sortir en mer avec les marins pêcheurs, suivre la totalité des opérations de pêche, collecter les données sur les espèces vulnérables pêchées et suivre aussi les comportements des oiseaux, des espèces des dauphins qui se rapprochent du navire. Au cours de ma mission en mer, lors de la sortie avec les marins pêcheurs, j'essaie de les aider dans toutes ces opérations de pêche. Et parfois, on a rétabli des relations fortes. Même ils m'appellent pour me donner les coordonnées s'il y a un échouage de dauphins ou tortues marines. Cette relation a fait la réussite de ce projet Made by Catch.
والله قبل كنا نطلعوا الدفان وهو كان الدفان معناتها يقطع لنا الماتريال نتاعنا نكونوا مش نجيبوا مثال كونتيتي كبيره نتاع حوت ولا نجيبوا حاجه قليله ياكلوا ويقطع لنا معناتها يقطع لنا ماتريالنا معناتها يقطع الشباك. كنا هنا قبل الوقت نتاع قبل كنا معناتها كي نطلعوا فنتشمتوا فيه هكايا بلغه اللي احنا ماناش واعيين كيما تو عاد العباد وواحد. كنا قبل هكا نقصوه مثال ونقطعوه معناتها هكاك نفسدوا فساد معناتها نقولوا احنا. توا وعينا ولينا نطلعوه نسيسوه خاطر هو يجي بحكم الخبره وبحكم التكنولوجيا وحكم اللي احنا توا فيه ولينا نعرفوا اللي هو قاعد يدخل لنا في الانتاج مثال نجيبوا يدخل لنا في الحوت يجيبوا من بعيد يقربوا لنا لينا احنا. وفرض نفس الاشكال هو كان يفكرون قبل حتى كي نطلعوه معناتها نذبحوه حلال نحلوه معناتها ونقصوه واللحم نتاعو ناكلوه باهي باهي برشا. وكانت فيه برشا فوائد الفكرون. كنا الشحم نتاعو الظهر نتاعو نقولوا احنا ذاك الظهر كنا ذاك نخلوا له الشحم نتاعو تضربوا السمش يولي كالزيت يطلع زيت نوع نتاع زيت باهي الامراض الجلديه معناتها كل مرض حزازه حاجه اي حكايه نتاع جلده واحد. معناتها كان يداويهم. توا وعينا توا اذا طلع دنفير نسيسوا عليه نردوه. توا زاد فكرون زاد هو نقرض نقص نقول لك نسبة 90%. قعدنا كساعات كي طلع فكرون نستحفظوا عليه ونردوه بحكم اللي كثرت عنا الحريقة تكبش لنا في الشباك تولي تحرق الشباك ويعمل كالميلوسي كالفانغو نقولوا احنا في الشباك. يولي كعبة الحوت كتجي تراه كذاك معناتها عبارة ستار نقولوا احنا عبارة ستار في كالشعال نقولوا احنا كيما نوع نتاع الميلوسي هكايا يظل نقولوا احنا في الليل عبارة يشعل عبارة ضوء أنبوبة تشعل هذاك يولي شعال الحوتة ما عادش تقرب لك الشباك هذاك تولي نقولوا احنا تبعد وكتراها كيك تولي تهرب واحد. بحكم التطور اللي معناتها قبل قلنا شو كيفاش نعملوا له الفكرون واحد توا معناتها قاعدين نادمين على برشا حاجات عملناهم. توا اللي وعينا وبقدرة رب إن شاء الله جاي خير وكاو هذاك ما.
Συνολικά 38 εκατομμύρια τόνοι θαλάσσιων ειδών που δεν αποτελούν στόχο εχμαλωτίζονται κάθε χρόνο στα δίχτυα των ψαράδων, νούμερο που αντιστοιχεί στο 40% της παγκόσμιας αλίας, ενώ περισσότερες από 132.000 θαλάσσιες χελώνες εχμαλωτίζονται κάθε χρόνο στη Μεσόγειο. Η οργάνωση Mediaset, δηλαδή ο Μεσογειακός Σύνδεσμος για τη Σωτηρία των Θαλάσσιων Χελωνών, συνέβαλε αποφασιστικά στη δημιουργία και εξέλιξη του προγράμματος Med by Cats και σήμερα, εκτός των άλλων, συντονίζει το σύνολο των δράσεων στην Τουρκία σε συνεργασία με τοπικές οργανώσεις.
The MedByCats project is unique because it is for the first time that in a multi-taxa approach, we monitor the bycatch of 5 vulnerable species, sharks and rays, seabirds, sea turtles, coral and sponges, and marine mammals. After completing 5 years of the MedByCats project, we have built the capacity with trained observers, trained fishers, and engaged policymakers. What we aim is that after the closure of the project, we continue with mitigation measures that could be replicated across the Mediterranean and with the National Research Project and data collections to continue in all of the regions of the project. We also aim that we will continue to work together to reduce bycatch in the Med.
وتوا بحكم اللي معرفتنا ووزعوا علينا القيد متاع اللي انا هذه معناتها فيها مصلحة وانا اللي ما فيهاش مصلحة معناتها ولينا نعرفوا أكثر معناتها اللي هذه شنية فايدتها وهذه شنية مضرتها وهذه كل حاجة معناتها ولينا نعرفوها شنية بحكم اللي بدينا نتطوروا هكايا بقدرة ربي شابين من حسن إلى أحسن بقدرة ربي ولينا وعينا هكايا ولينا نعرفوا هذه شنية تجي معناتها كي نطلعوها في الشباك شنية مصلحتها وشنية المضرة نتاعها ولينا بحكم تطورت الدنيا والحمد لله وكا ولينا نعرفوا معناتها بحكم الإعلام والواحد ولينا فرقوا علينا وقالوا لنا هذه مثال باهية وهذه خايبة هذه تستحفظوا عليها وهذه ما تستحفظوش عليها.
Found it interesting. As you understand, fishers is not an easy group to approach for such a sensitive matter. So it was a difficult project, but at least it gave good results. So they learned a lot, and hopefully this generation after generation, it will be better. Another project that we had was the conservation of marine turtles in the Mediterranean region. This tackled with challenges of the conservation of the sea turtles, such as habitat loss. Some of the nesting beaches are degraded because of tourism and marine development and coastal development, collision with vessels, illegal trade of the sea turtles, and marine pollution. And this was implemented in 13 Mediterranean countries. Then the Med Sea Litter project was an inter-environmental project for 3 years that aimed at developing and adopting common protocols for monitoring marine pollution and its harmful impact on vulnerable species. And the next title, this big one, was another project that it was implemented by the management unit of the protected areas of the Attica region, the region next to Athens. So there are protected areas and marine protected areas where we worked for better and more effective protection and management plans of these areas, and also rehabilitating some of them. As you can see in the photos at the bottom, our technical divers removed almost 3 tons of ghost nets. These nets are abandoned by fishers or aquacultures at the bottom of the sea, and the sea turtles are often trapped and die. And we worked a lot on the monitoring of Posidonia oceanica. Some of you may know that Posidonia is a very important habitat for the sea turtles because they rest, they reproduce themselves in there, they eat. But also it's an excellent indicator for the ecological status because they only grow in clean and unpolluted waters. So it's very important for us to protect this habitat. And we worked a lot in the monitoring of Posidonia in Schinias. It's another beach in Attica. So on the aspect of policy and advocacy, we work a lot. We have put special emphasis on advocacy for protection of important sea turtle nesting sites in Greece, Turkey, and Cyprus. Here in Greece, we work a lot in Zakynthos and Kyparissia, which are the 2 major nesting sites of Greece. But in Turkey, we work in other beaches such as Fethiye, Patara, Kazanli, and Anamur. Our president, Ms. Venizelos, was the winner of 2020 World Forum for Democracy for the case study of Laganas. Laganas Bay is the bay where the sea turtles nest in Zakynthos. When she traveled many years ago, and she saw this tragic situation there with the touristic activities and no management plans, the nesting in between furniture and tourists. And what we usually do is we go on the site and we do the assessment of these beaches undercover. So we go there and we note a lot of illegal activities, such as in the first photo, for example, you can see a sea turtle and some boats around. This is the so-called sea turtle spotting. So there are touristic boats that go there with tourists, and they try to spot sea turtles, which is okay. But most of the times, they don't keep the 15 meters distance. So they approach it too closely, and the animal is stressed. And then, for example, the second one, the second photo, shows that this circle there is a nest, and next, very close to it, is the umbrellas and everything. So they do nothing about the furniture there. And the third one is in Patara in Turkey. You can see signs of vehicles crossing the beaches like this. So what we do is that we report all these illegal activities, and we go to the Berne Convention that is then opening cases and try to push the governments to take measures. That's what we do. And we work closely with the Barcelona Convention as well, but we try to consult and follow all the processes for the national legislation here in Greece. And we work close with Albania as well, because Albania also has some nesting sites. And back in 2012, we contributed to the establishment of the National Action Plan there for the sea turtles. And lately, we also did the assessment of these 10 years' work, and it went quite well, I must say. For our environmental education, we do a lot for children, teenagers, and adults. Lately, we started a new project, which is called Senior Leaders, and it's for enhancing the green skills of adults over 60 years old, because we believe that it's not only children that, of course, are the future, but it's every and each one of us that can contribute to this behavior change that we all dream of. We also have this creative learning program for children, Nireta de Careta, and the Carapace Race, which is a floor game featuring the adventures of the sea turtles that we can play at any time. Now for the awareness raising activities that we do, as I mentioned before, we work a lot on the ghost nets. We can play this video, sorry? We can play this is a 1-minute video just for you to see what we typically do with the technical divers at sea. No, it's the previous slide, the video. Great.
partire. Ok, aspetta, aspetta a farlo partire così finisco e vado a staccare.
So what they do is that they use these balloons full of air and they lift the ghost nets because they are too heavy. They weigh around 1 ton per piece, let's say. They need to cut it in pieces, otherwise they can't remove them. They are too heavy. And you know, they have these eyes, so the holes, and they take extra weight because of the water that is trapped in between. So it's difficult work to do. And finally, we have different campaigns for marine pollution. One which is, has traveled all around the world and has been translated in more than 20 languages is, you see the difference a turtle does not. Because turtles mix up plastic bags with their beloved snack, the jellyfish. They look alike. So they eat a lot of plastic bags and they then die in a torturous way. And we have also this campaign which is called Clean Seas, Swear to Care, and this is a campaign to raise awareness on beach litter and healthy seas. So we are very happy that Mediaset was invited to El Afonso Seco Week, and we are here to contribute in any way to the protection of the sea turtles because the island has for around 25 to 30 nests per year, which is not, I mean, a big number, but it's important to maintain it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amerssa. Thank you very much for your presentation. In case you want to see more about this, they have recently created a documentary. My name is Blue, right? My name is Blue, and they have it on their website. So on the website, so you can find more. Medaset.org, so you can find there more information. Medaset with double S. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Thank you.